Now, I can't lie to y'all, man. Even when you try to stay out of trouble in prison, sometimes you're gonna find yourself in harm's way, and you just gotta do some shit because it's the right thing to do at that time. For this one here, I'm gonna be telling y'all about a time when I hit a bitch upside the head with one of these master locks.
Haha, I'm the best. Finna be this way till I EOS. Take it how you want, nigga. Yeah, I'm a pro. Fuck around and bust your lot while you're at Vizzo. I hate to be this way, but I live for the moment. Waking up every day, show me an opponent. Shanks on deck, hitting bitch with locks. So much pool, I can even start you from the box. You don't wanna pay rent, got me bent. Got lax on deck, your money was well spent. Vultures on the prowl, so don't try testing. Step 2 comes violent, first steps finessing. You a hold down man, suitcase this. My cell phone, I'm a charger, don't walk with a limp. Get it knocked off or missing, you gon' get it. Next time I see your ass, you gon' leave airlifted.
What's up, everybody? You already know, man. Kfrogtv back in the building. Y'all go ahead and do me that solid favor. Hit that like and subscribe button. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can see it first. I want to tell everybody welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be speaking on a situation, an incident that took place. And one of the times that I had to hit someone in the side of the head with a lock. Everyone knows in prison, there's weapons everywhere. You can make weapons. You can get weapons brought in. Make them bitches from scratch, etc. All right? And one of the common things that, you know, people hear about is the lock in a sock. All right? Now, lock in a sock isn't as bad as, you know, being poked up, cut up, or buck 50'd or anything like that, obviously. You feel me? But, you know, you wanna patch someone on up and icky their ass on up, you know, if you know what you're doing, you can cause serious damage with one of them locks. I've seen some people get the shit beat out of them with it to where, you know, them boys couldn't even walk. Them boys was all dazed and slumped with nothing but patches on their shit. And when them shits healed, it leaves scars, little bald spots all on their head. You know what I'm saying? And then I seen some people that eat that shit. It don't even faze them when they get hit. Now, I'm going to break down to y'all the situation of why I hit this person with the lock. You know, and in my opinion, he had it coming. Okay? Now, you know, you do things when you're incarcerated that you don't normally do on the streets, you know, just to kill time, just to help your time go by. You know, whether it's play cards, you obviously ain't gonna play cards like that on the streets. You know, smoke cigarettes. Like me, I don't smoke cigarettes on the streets. Never did before prison or after. But inside of prison, you know, I'd roll them up and I'd smoke cigarettes because everybody else is getting high on shit. And me, I just, you know, wanted to do shit to kill time. You know, it's kind of like you got that demon inside that you want to do shit that you're not allowed to do. Like back in the day when I was on probation, I knew I wasn't allowed to smoke bud, and what did I do? I wanted to smoke bud because I was on probation. As soon as I got off probation, I didn't want to smoke bud no more. You feel me? I just wanted to do it because I wasn't allowed to. And that's what happened inside of prison, all right? Now, in prison, when you smoke cigarettes, you know, you don't just smoke it like you do on the streets. You feel me? Which I did it a couple times in prison just to show people I got money like that. Like I actually took a whole Newport and sparked it and smoked that bitch with the filter on the back of it and everything. But in there, you know, they cut the cigarettes down. One cigarette breaks into 5 pieces. $2 a piece. That's $10 right there off of one cigarette. The filters do not get brought into prison. If they do, then, you know, you just break them off and try to get rid of them, flush them, because obviously if the officers see a trash can filled with filters, then they know, oh, time to shake down the dorm. You feel me? So 9 times out of 10, when they get brought in, there isn't no filter on them. Them shits were already cut off, all the filters. Now, you got to find something to smoke it out of, obviously. So in there, we smoked out of brown paper, is what it was called.
People on the turf will want to know how we make brown paper and what we smoke out of. You see the coffee right there, toothbrush game, on top of the toilet tissue roll of paper. That's how we rock, man. Like this, and then we let it all dry out. You see it all hanging right there, drying out. Yeah, because we be smoking back to back. Yeah, back to back.
Now, when I was in the panhandle, you know, a C-fold napkin is what we used to make brown paper. And then when I came down south and every other camp I went to after I left Calhoun, everyone was smoking out of the paper that is around a toilet tissue roll. You know, when you see them single ones, whether it's in the dollar store or even inside of Walmart or wherever it is, it's got that paper wrapped around the single roll of toilet paper. Okay, that is actually what is taken, and then it's painted with coffee. You actually put a lot of coffee in a bowl, and then you add a little bit of water so it's dark. The darker it is, the longer it burns. You feel me? The better it tastes, and it doesn't taste as nasty as actual cigarette. So this situation right here occurred over some damn coffee paper. You know, I know people probably thinking like, damn, bro, you got into some shit over some coffee paper. You damn right I did. Now, officers already know what time it is with coffee paper. They already know if they find that shit, you're smoking. You feel me? Some camps, which is crazy, when I was in Calhoun in the Panhandle, they called coffee paper 6180, which means if you get caught with just a little piece of coffee paper, they're going to go ahead and give you 60 days in the box and take 180 days game time. That's what 6180 was when I was inside the Panhandle. But then when I came down south and seen how lenient and ratchet it was more violent, you know, inmate on inmate and inmate on guards than it was, you know, more write-ups. Marijuana is 6180. You feel me? Coffee paper ain't shit. Them officers walk by and see that shit drying, and they want to give a damn. You feel me? So when I was, you know, around the time when they know that everyone smokes, because they're gonna eventually come around, and every time they feel like it, they're gonna say, "Let me see your hands." And then after a while, when people smoke, you know, coffee paper, it leaves like a residue, like it dyes your shit brown. So does when you know, smoking the cigarette, the smoke will burn your fingertips, or sparking the Brillo with the battery, the spark, the flame will burn your fingertips. So officers will be like, "Let me see your fingers." You know, they can tell if you smoke or not. So you see people standing in line, whether it's at medical, the chow hall, the side of the canteen window, or waiting for barbershop, and you see them rubbing their fingers on the hard ass wall because they're trying to rub that shit off, because that shit ain't coming off that easy. You can use toothpaste. You know, toothpaste will get it off pretty good. But for the most part, you're going to see bitches out there talking and rubbing the wall like this. Now, the reason I got into it over some coffee paper is the officers were trying to crack down on inmates being able to smoke, all right? Which, you know, people actually will use Bible paper, you feel me, at the back of them little small Bibles. You know, they got that pure paper with no ink on it. You know, them are like white boys, like zigzags, you feel me? People will use that if they have to. You feel me? I've seen people use the ones that's got the writing on it and everything out of the Bibles. People just open their Bible and rip a page out, you know? People do what they got to do, you feel me? So they were trying to crack down on, you know, they didn't want it to be as easy. So they felt, you know, they're going to take all the papers off of the rolls now, and they're just going to give out the rolls of toilet paper, which that's okay. If they did that, then okay. Well, what happened is an orderly who was in my dorm, you know, one of the dudes that pass out supplies and everything, it was his job. The officers told him to take the paper off of all the rolls before they go around and hand them all out, before they fill up the laundry cart with all the rolls, and they go around, the officer makes sure everybody gets a roll. But he told him in the laundry room to take out all the, you know, take the paper off each one. So I did the same thing that a shitload of other inmates were doing, and I was telling the orderly, save me some of that paper. You feel what I'm saying? Now, if he wanted to save none for nobody, then, you know, then I wouldn't have felt no type of way. Or even if, you know, he, you know, tried to pick and choose certain ones, and, you know, if he had no way of actually doing it, then it would have been different. But what he was doing was, he was saving all the paper, right? And what he did when he seen people wanted the paper that bad, he decided to not give it to people, and he thought he was gonna sell it to everybody to make money. And me, I'm like, man, you got me fucked up. You feel me? Like, one of them's supposed to be mine, because one piece goes a long ways. You know what I'm saying? You're literally just ripping a little piece off. You know, you're not smoking no big ass. You feel me? It's literally a small little piece. So once you paint that shit, it goes a long ways. You feel me? So I would have been happy with just my one piece of paper that I was like entitled to, you know? I'm not gonna sit here and just be quiet about it when I see him laying them all out perfectly fine, like unrolling them and laying them down on top of each other so it's a stack. Because you got to think of how many people are in a dorm, 90 to 110 people. He's got a stack of them shits, and then fold them and then just cuff them. So we're thinking like, all right, boom, you know, he's doing what a convict's supposed to do. You know, we stick together in prison. The ones that don't stick with each other, that side with the police and stick with the police, they're deer meat. You feel me? Them ones right there, they get ate. They get flipped, they get wet up, they get cut, they get jumped, they get beat up, hit with locks, And that's basically what happened in this situation. And it wasn't because he was siding with the police, though. You feel me? Like I said, if he had no other way of getting it, if the officer watched him or the officer made him throw it away or give it to him after he took it off and shit like that, then okay, charge it to the game. I know that's his job. He was doing what the officers told him he had to do. But as far as you cuffing it and then you think you're going to just sell it to me, you think you're going to sell it to everybody, which there was a couple people, you know, that he gave the shit to. You feel me? And I wasn't one of them. So I was on some shit like, man, hell no. So I felt like I went up to him and I told him, look, bro, check this out, man. I said, hey, man, I said, let me get one of them sleeves of paper. I said, he like, man, they for sale. I said, well, look, bitch, you give me mine and I'll buy another one off you. How about that one? That's what I told him. So I wanted two for the price of one. Because one of them shits I felt like was mine, you know what I'm saying? And he was on some shit like, nah, bro, I'm telling everybody, bitch, they got to pay for them. So then he went from one side of the dorm to the other side, because I was in an open bay dorm at this time, which the bubble of the officer sits in is right in the middle. So then they got like 90 to 100 inmates on this side of the bubble, and then 90 to 100 inmates. So he got enough paper for 2 quads, 2 D1 and D2. He got about 200 something papers. He telling bitches $1 a piece. What you think you finna make $200 right here? Man, you know how many people in there was telling, hey, bro, let me get one of them paper. Like, I wasn't the only one, you feel me? And what it was is, I felt like he thought shit was sweet. I thought he felt like, because I had a phone, you know, and I had a lot of money going on, and, you know, just different shit was in rotation to where he probably felt like, oh, he ain't gonna cause no attention in the dorm. He got too much to lose. You feel me? He got a $600-something cell phone in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And they only cost $15 on the streets, but that's what they was going for in there. You feel me? So that's why you gotta keep that bitch like a baby. You gotta take care of your phone. Your phone is your baby. Swear on everything. You gotta power it up, charge it. That's feeding it. You know what I'm saying? When it's time to hide that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? That's when you take care of it. You know, like that bitch, you gotta keep it on you and shit. You gotta have it stored with your hold down man or wherever you put it. That's when it's time to go to sleep. You feel me? Like, that's your baby. You feel me? Remember me telling you that. So a lot of people won't take it to the next level if they got shit like that going on. But I felt like he was literally trying me. You feel me? Now, either it was because he felt like I had a lot of shit going on, like I said, or it was because he knew I had money. You know, so it's like, if you know I got money over it, it ain't nothing for you to cough up $1, bro. You feel me? But at the same time, bro, I ain't finna be played with. I'm not going, you sitting here handing that shit out to people you want to hand it out to. You ain't charging them, but you think you're going to charge me because I get money? You know what I'm saying? The people you gave it to get money too. But it was just, he was picking faces, you know what I'm saying? So I felt tried by that shit. So I went up to him one more time, respectfully and all. Like, I didn't disrespect him. I went up to him one more time. I said, so what's up, bro? You gonna do me the 2 for 1, bro? You feel me? And I started laughing. So you gonna do me the 2 for 1, dog? And he was like, I told you, bro. Nah, bro, they're $1 a piece, you feel me? I said, all right. Walked off. We ended up going to rec, right? Went to rec. I was walking around the rec yard doing my little laps and shit. I think I was jogging back then, to be real with y'all. I was on my cardio shit. Or I was probably just walking, I'm not sure. But while I was at rec, you know, a couple of my homeboys that were in the next quad, they tried to like holler at me out there. I ain't want to talk. They knew something was up. I told them I'm finna bust what's his name and his shit when we get back in the dorm. And they said, for what? I said, fucking coffee paper, bro. They said, oh, over a piece of coffee paper? I gave them the rundown. I said, bro, it ain't over the coffee paper, bro. It's the principle, bro. It's the principle. The way he's doing it and saying it to me, the way he's trying to go about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't with that shit. I peep the energy. If I feel some type of way, you know what I'm saying, then something's definitely off. Because I'm a cool person, bro. I literally am like the laugh of the dorm. I hang out. I don't just wake up one day with fucking devil horns and I'm on fire and hot and I want to hit a bitch with something. No, something went sideways. Somebody did something sour towards me to make this happen. I wasn't like this just waking up out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's how people know, because I'm always laughing and kicking. Even if I get in a fight with someone, I could get in a fight and still be laughing, hanging out in the dorm afterwards and all. A fight ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? You only got to dodge a fist, which is like this big when it's balled up. You mean to tell me you can't dodge something that big? I mean, yeah, I know it's hard. You get caught with them sometimes, but it's, you know what I'm saying? That shit's common sense shit. So I was telling him it's the principal, bro. You know what I'm saying? He trying me like I'm a peon is what I was saying. Like I was a green bean. Like I was some green ass inmate that he could just like either milk for money or he felt like I wasn't gonna do shit about it. And this the same type of person now. It ain't like he didn't know me. It ain't like we weren't cool, but we wasn't dogs. But at the same time, it was a respect thing. You feel me? I've let him get on the jack before, you know what I'm saying? Like I sent his people a text message before to put money in his account. You know what I'm saying? Like different shit where like there was no problems. Everything was, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like there was definitely something behind the actions and the way he was going about it. So once Rec's over with, my two dogs are laughing about the shit. They're laughing and shit. So that was kind of like adding fuel to the fire. You know what I'm saying? By them laughing, in my mind, I'm like, y'all definitely gonna get this man's shit busted. You feel me? Now, I seen him get in a fight one time though, this orderly I'm talking about. And he had hands a little bit, but the person he was fighting didn't know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's different if you know how to fight and then that person don't know how to fight. You feel me? Then it looks like that other person knew how to bump. But the person he fought didn't know how to fight. So, but it looked like he had hands. So I was like, man, you know what, dog? I ain't even gonna grit him. I said, I'm gonna go back to the dorm, I'm gonna get a lock, and I'm gonna hit that motherfucker as hard as I can with this master lock. And my dogs were laughing. Oh, you gonna split him? Today's the day Frog gonna split his ass. This and that. All right, bro. This real now, this and that. Don't let him whoop your Frog, or you feel me? Don't let him take the lock from you and start whooping. You know, little shit like that. Your homeboy's gonna do to egg you on and antagonize you. That's what they were doing to me. So I'm like, man, y'all got me fucked up, bro. Ain't none of that finna happen, bro. I'm gonna patch that boy shit. That's what I was saying. And I was committed. So once we come in from rec, we go in there. Boom. He's in there taking a shower. This is an open bay now. Once he's done taking a shower, you know, I walk like I'm going towards the open bay bathroom, and I slide right on the prison foam. Because when you come out of where all the bunks are at, in between the bunks is the little half hallway of where you walk into the dorm. There's a door, and when you walk in that door, there's two phones on the wall. Straight ahead is the officer station, so when he's in the booth, he can see the door, and then on the other side of the booth, he sees the door of the other dorm. But when he looks like that or like that, he sees the bunk bed areas of both dorms. And then the TV rooms are like with a wall or dead ass in front of him. He sees a TV from his left eye, a TV from his right eye. And then he sees the bunk bed areas. And then right here's the little hallway for where the phones are at. And then this way is where the open bay bathroom is with the shower and shit. So they can't really see in the shower unless they turn around and look to see if anything's going on over there. You feel me? Which some of them do. They be nosy, so it ain't like you could just run up and start hitting the bitch up right there in the shower like that. Which it does happen, but people that do shit like that don't care if they get caught. You know, they're just doing it to get their target. So me, I walk towards like I'm going towards the shower. I see the officer, he's in his chair. The one thing I told my homeboy that was in the other quad, as I told him when we were on the rec yard, I said, as soon as you see me go by and get on the prison phone, go on the flat, which is like a mail flat, kind of like when you pull up to the drive-thru at a bank. When you pull up and they got that little flat right there and they make you put shit in there and shit, and then they pull it back in. There's one on both sides of the officer station. That's how they give you stuff and take stuff, you know what I'm saying? So I did tell him when I get on the prison phone, get on the flat and ask the officer for a request form. You feel me? Or a grievance or something like that. So he was like, all right. So as soon as I went and I got on the phone, I put the phone right here, leaned up against the wall like this and was looking straight ahead. My homeboys were talking on the other side in that quad. They seen me. They got up and walked up to the flat, and they were both right there. So now the officer's in his chair. I'm to his left on a phone. And then he slides back in his chair, slides over there in the chair, and he's looking in the file cabinet for like a request and shit to give him. While I'm gonna get off the phone and I'm gonna go in here and I'm gonna bust this dude's head open. So I wasn't really on the phone. So next thing you know, once they get his attention, he slides over there on the little desk chair he's got. I hung the phone down so it was hanging on the cord, and I walked right in there. He was already dressed and everything. There was like 5, 6 different people in there. But what he was doing now is he was flossing. He had one of them things that where it looks like a little stick, and then it's got the little piece of string, and you stick it in your teeth and you move it, a little floss stick or whatever they're called. He was in there flossing. You feel me? Looking in the little metal mirror. Because the way the bathrooms are set up is when you walk into the bathroom, there's going to be a wall on the left side and on the right side is gonna be sinks of the wall, and then on one behind them sinks that way is gonna be either the wall with the shower heads or it's gonna be the toilets. Eight toilets with little mini walls, or 8 shower heads, all face the sinks with like an island that you have in the middle of your kitchen. It's like that, and that's what all the sinks are on, but it's a taller island, you feel me? So he was like this, looking in the little metal thing. So I walked in there, walked right by his stupid ass. I'm surprised he didn't see me in the reflection because that metal shit was shiny in there, you know what I'm saying? So I walked right by his stupid ass like I was going to the bathroom, turned right around, bro, and said, hit that boy so hard, that bitch said, like that. And when I hit him with that motherfucker, he like jumped, like that boy woke up. So I hit his ass again with it, boom. That boy pulled a check-in stunt after that. That boy said, oh, that's how you living? That's how you living, nigga? He started screaming. I said, fuck, nigga, what's up? I run up to him, I swung the 3rd time and missed. That boy weaved it. You feel me? But he wasn't trying to like whoop me. He wasn't trying to like take it from me. You know what I'm saying? But I had that bit wrapped around my hand though. He wasn't taking that lock from me. You feel me? But I hit him twice out of 3 swings. You feel me? And when I hit him, everybody in the dorm was like, oh shit, like everybody in the bathroom. And I said, what, nigga, you want some too? And I was finna hit this other dude that was in there, that because they was talking. They had like a conversation going on. I heard them when I was on the phone. They weren't talking at the moment I walked in, but while I was acting like I was on the phone, I heard them in there having a conversation with the other dude. So I didn't know if he was finna get in, so I was finna, you know what I'm saying, hit his ass with a 2. Man, this dude pulled a check-in stunt. He started screaming all loud, right? Once he started screaming all loud, I guess you know what happens. Officer comes in. When the officer comes in, what's the first thing they see? This dude's shit split. He's bleeding. What do? They start looking around, wanting to see who's got what. Luckily for me, which I didn't even plan this, it just went down. But now, since I was inside the bathroom, you feel me? I was trying to get out. There was no way I could get out with the lock. There was no way I could get out, you know? So what I did is, I flushed the sock, right? I had it wrapped around a sock. I usually use a canteen bag. You feel me? But I had a sock at this time. So I flushed the sock in the toilet, and then right next to the last toilet, there's like a door that's usually locked. But that's where the mop bucket was. There was a whole bucket of nasty ass mop water right there. And I dropped the lock in that. Straight up. Dropped the lock in that, flushed the sock, went to walk by, they had all of us and shit like that, and he's screaming at me. He's screaming at me while the officers are in there and everything. I'm like, man, I don't know what he talking about, Sarge. I don't know who hit him. He tripping. I don't know what he talking about. I don't know what he talking about. So here, I think I'm going to confinement under investigation. Because I've been there before for stupid shit like this. I've been there for stepping on blood when some dude got his shit split. And I ain't had nothing to do with it. I walked, and there was blood on the bottom of my heel of my shoe. And they took me to confinement under investigation. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, man, I'm going. But by him doing that, by him screaming like that and everything, they took me out of the dorm and they wanted to question me. They brought me into the laundry room. You feel me? Which is behind the officer station, which is in between both of the quads. When the officer wants to come out of the booth, there's a door behind him, and when he walks out that door, that's the laundry room. You feel me? And then there's a door this way and a door this way to go in our dorms. You feel me? They brought me in there and they were questioning me. But by him doing all that screaming and this and that, saying all this shit, I'd say about 15 to 20 people in my quad wanted his head. And on top of that, after I split him with the shit, there was like 8 other people that wanted to do the same thing because he tried them with the coffee paper the same route. Like, I know it's one thing, you want to hustle or do some shit like that, but there ain't no way in hell you finna take something of mine and try to sell it to me. That ain't happening. That's like if an officer's walking around from cell to cell with a trash bag and he's taking any food that you brought from the chow hall from you, like apples, oranges, bologna sandwiches, you know what I'm saying, bombs of rice, you know, stuff like that, and then he's letting the person who's, you know, helping him with the trash, which is the orderly, he's letting them keep it. Now all of a sudden you're trying to sell it back. You got me fucked up, bro. That shit ain't happening with me, bro. Off rip, you should know, boy, oh, here you go, Frog, here go your shit. Or don't even try to sell it to me. If I ask for it, boy, cough it up. Because I'm going to feel disrespected. And it's all about the principles. Principles go a long way in prison. Literally. And it's win, lose, or draw. I'm from Broward County, bro. Straight like that. It's win, lose, or draw, dog. There ain't really, it's not that serious, you know? So once by him screaming and all that shit, like I said, all these people wanted his head, not just because he screamed on me. It isn't like they were all just backing me. It was the fact that he pulled the police-ass check-in stunt. So that right there made all their antennas go up, and now they're looking at him like, bro, this nigga just basically told on Frog, bro. You feel me? I said, and then when they had me in the laundry room, they said, why'd you hit him with it? Why is this man yelling saying you're the one that just split him? I said, Sarge, if I hit him with something, bro, my hands would be all red, ain't it? If I hit him, bro, my hands will be red. Look, my hands will be red. They'd be shaking or something, bro. My shits ain't even red, man. He's like, oh, you could have hit him with something. I said, what do you mean hit him with something? Y'all are searching the bathroom. Like, what do you mean? Like, the fuck? Dude tripping, bro. He's just trying to find someone to check in upon the Sarge. Because that's what people do. You know, they'll come snatch you. Here, sign this. What happened? Oh, this one inmate checked in under your name. What do you mean? Said that, oh, he thinks you're a gang member and you're going to kill him. What? That's what a lot of people do when they get themselves in the hole that are on dope and want to get high. They don't want to pay that money. They'll either check in under the person they owe the money to, or they'll go check in under some random person, you know, just to get up out of there from the dope boy. You know what I'm saying? They're trying to hide from the dope man. So now I'm in the back laundry room like, this crazy. I said, man, I just got out of confinement. I said, I said, bro, so y'all finna take me to the box on the house? The only person you got that's saying I did some shit to him is that person. Like, bro, he's just trying to check in upon me. There ain't no way. And I was like, I already know how it goes. Now I'm going to sit back there under a fucking investigation when you can sit back there up to 6 months. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that shit on the house. No DR, no nothing. No disciplinary report. I'm just going to sit back there on the house. And luckily for me, the one white shirt that was working that night, he was a goon. This officer was like one of them officers that, like, if something goes down, he'll only take you to confinement if he's like on the spot, if you leave him no choice. But he turned his head on this situation. He came back there. He came to have me in the laundry room. They had me in handcuffs, all cuffed up and everything, like they were gonna bring me to confinement. He came back there and he goes, why'd you hit him? I said, man, I ain't hit that motherfucker, man. I don't know what you, man, come on, Sarge. He said, look, man, say the bullshit. Why'd you hit him? You give me a good enough reason why you hit him, and I'll take the cuffs off you right now. So, you know, after you see how an officer carries themselves, you know, and you know how they are, you kind of like, you can peep them and read them. Even if y'all don't associate, you can read them and you know that they let shit slide. They just want the truth. And I said, man, he robbed me. That's what I said. He goes, he robbed you? I said, yeah. He's like, all right. He walks inside the officer station with the officers. Now, meanwhile, when he said this, the officers weren't in there with us in the laundry room. They were inside of the officer booth, inside the officer station. He walked in with the officers. I'm in handcuffs. He's in there talking to them, all this different shit. Next thing you know, he comes out. Turn around. I turn around, takes my cuffs off me. As he undoes the first cuff, you got to twist. You know, you got to turn around and twist so you can do the second one. That's the way that they teach you in prison. You know, once they undo the first one, you turn and you give him your other arm. When I turned and gave him the other arm to take the last one off, he says, didn't I tell you to be honest with me? He was like, that was a good enough reason for you to hit him. Just like that. And I was like, and boom, that was it. He let me go. He spared me. Straight like that. And then the dude who I hit with the lock, once they spared me, he's like, oh, hell nah, bro. Oh, hell nah, man. Look what he did to me, bro. Look at this shit, bro. Look at this shit, bro. This and this and that. And then next thing you know, boy, everybody started saying, boy, we got something for your ass, police ass nigga. Da 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 da. People were getting on his ass. So what do you think he did? Checked in. Got from around there. They made that boy check in. And it was someone that was in my quad, I'm talking about, for a while. He was in that dorm before I even got in that dorm. It isn't like I was there longer, so they fought with me more. No, he was there before me. He was there for like 3 years. They knew him. He like worked for the officers forever. You feel me? But them officers couldn't tame 25 inmates that want his head now. And he checked in, dog. You feel me? And I ain't gonna lie, you know, I'm not 100% violent, which means I don't every single day, you know, want to do some violent shit. But I'm one of them people, bro, that will do something. You feel me? If I feel like there's a reason to do it, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like in real life, I ain't got beef with nobody out here. Ain't nothing ever on the streets to me. Like, or people who run their mouth on YouTube, that shit ain't no real beef to me. If I ain't looking for you, it ain't no real beef to me, bro. You see what I'm saying? That's how I look at it. Because real beef bitches are sliding. You feel me? People are really doing what they gotta do. That's how I look at it. So, when I found myself in a situation in prison, everything has to be real beef. There isn't no sugarcoating or sweeping that shit under the rug. If someone tries you, or if you feel tried, that person knows that feeling was put out there towards you. If you feel like he is trying you, or you feel like he's talking you the wrong way, or you feel like his slick remarks, comments, movements was off, or something was some type of way to where it catches your attention, man, you run with that shit, bro, and you take it how it is. Regardless if you'll get whooped, you'll get hit with a lock, you'll get poked up, whatever it may lead to, because you're gonna be more respected, you're gonna be more a man. Don't curl, bro. Don't tuck your tail between your legs. Don't tuck your tail. You feel me? You gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes even when you're wrong. But it was addressed though. You could be wrong, but by you addressing it, even if nothing occurs, or even if a fight does occur after that, that person you got into it with is gonna respect you 100 times more, even if you were wrong. Because he shows, okay, he thought I was, you know, playing with him, or he thought I meant something by that. So, you know, he said, hey, man, check me out, bro. If you trying me like this, bitch, we can go ahead and grid right now. Nah, bro, hell nah, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, at the end of the day, bro, you held your own, bro. You ain't tuck your nuts, bitch. You let them shits hang, and you did what you had to do. And that's what I did, all over some damn coffee paper. And that dude got the shit end of the stick because he was hollering once that bitch went what it sound like. Once that shit sounded like that, that boy didn't know what happened. He tried to jump up out of his skin. You feel me? And like I said, he got the shit end of the stick. But anyways, man, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video on up. I just wanted to come on here, man, and tell y'all one of the times that I hit someone in the head with a lock. I hit people in the head with locks several times when I was locked up. Sometimes they didn't even deserve it. I was just sitting there living reckless. Now I've calmed down, but it's in me though. Believe it or not, things like that is always in you. You just ain't got to present it every day. You ain't got to display it every day. Don't show your hand, but it's in me. You feel me? But anyways, like I said, man, I appreciate y'all watching this video. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button on the way out if you ain't hit it on the way in. Y'all tune in next time. Be sure to keep them rats, clowns, snakes, chomos, all them out your circle. Do what you got to do, man, to maintain, prosper, get you some money. And I'll see y'all next time, man. It's Frog.